We're live. Hey, welcome. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to biology. Today we're going to do some stuff, but before we do, how about a little bit of a roll call? In the chat, please list your name and or say hi if we see your name, but we need to know your name and maybe what period number, if you would, just in case we decide to throw some bonus points your way. It'd be nice to have period numbers. It makes it easier.
Right. Sorry, Mr. Studer. I was taking a minute before I said good morning to write down all of my students that I'm already seeing in the chat, like Hannah and Maddie and Kenzie and Israel and Lauren and Yaz. And I'm excited. And Ricardo's here. And
would you skip Nolan because he's mine?
Yes.
Skip Dominic because he's mine. Other Nolan and Dominic, did you hear me say put down period numbers? It just makes it easier.
Where?
I'm going to go next.
Ricardo's period 7.
Nobody's putting their period number down.
They're putting some of them down. I got it.
McKenna.
You know, we've had this discussion before that I know what period my students are in.
Good for you. You only have a couple students. You don't have as many classes as I do.
By one, you mean one less academic class? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Smith is so competitive. Lamaya's here. Stick those period numbers. It's not that I can't find them and know them pretty quickly, but when you're looking up as many students as that I normally have join. I know you don't normally have that many join, but when you have a lot join, the period number is helpful to find them all. Like there's Daniel Boucher, period AB. Kenna Perry is in period 5.
Oh my goodness, Mark Baker showing up again.
Mark Baker in the house.
Period 1 last year. Just pointing out that I still remember, but go ahead.
All right, is that did we get everybody? I think we got everybody. On my list, I have Nolan C with no period number. I have Dominic G with a period. I have McKenna with a period. Lamaya, no period, and Daniel B with a period.
McKenna wrote down 5.
Oh, yeah, it's Lamaya I don't have a period for.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so I think what we do is we get into this, and then.
Did you see Maya's here too?
Maya's in the house. Nice. This is great. I think we get into this, Mrs. Smith, and then maybe at the end we'll just double check. We want you here for it, so if we're thinking about bonus points and you want them, you better do the roll call now because the roll call at the end, you can't pop in for the last minute and get the bonus points. True that. And we'd like the people to still be here, so they might have to confirm their stuff later. I don't know if we're gonna do bonus points.
Sorry, Mark.
All right. How many do you have on your list, Mrs. Smith?
7.
I have 7.
Hannah, Maddie, Kenzie, Israel, Lauren, Yasmina, and Ricardo. That's who I got.
Hey, let's go.
And Mark. Oh, hey, Giovanni's here. Your period 7, G.
Okay. Before we get going, I just want to say one thing.
All right, so respiration coloring page. Keisha's here under a different name. Make sure you get her down.
Just out of curiosity, you said that Giovanni's period 7. Are you sure about that?
Wait, are there two two G's?
Yeah.
Oh man. I didn't even pay attention to the last name.
I think that would be my Giovanni.
Really?
Which takes me up to 8, just so you know. All right, so wow. Nice. Is that Quiche there? Oh, that's Quiche.
I said that.
Hi, Quiche. So Quiche is in period 5D. It takes me up to 10. Not that anybody's counting or bragging. All right, so moving on.
So that's okay. Go ahead.
So the mitochondria, we thought we'd go over this mitochondria coloring page with you really quick, just to give you some help in case you are done with that. That if you're done with it, you can kind of follow along and see what we say. If you're not done with it, it might help you a little bit. So do we start off with this part here with coloring the cell, or do we jump straight to that? I think last time we just kind of jumped straight to the questions.
Yeah, I think jump straight to the questions.
Okay. So,
hey, Ted, hey, Anthony.
Mrs. Smith, do you want to take question number 1 there? We'll go back and forth.
Yeah, it's a little bit blurry on my end. I'm going to grab the in-house paper that I have for that first one because of the picture.
Oh my gosh, I have to get another note card here.
Sorry. All right, so number 1 says, why are mitochondria called the powerhouse of the cell? And so, we talk about cellular respiration, and we talk about how there's 3 parts to cellular respiration. You have the first part, glycolysis, which happens in all cells, prokaryotic and eukaryotic, and that only makes 2 molecules of ATP. That's it, net of 2. And then once you take what's left over from glycolysis, if you're in a eukaryotic cell and you take it into the mitochondria, you make 2 more in the Krebs cycle and then a whopping about 32 to 34 ATP in the electron transport chain. So if you think about what happens in the cytoplasm, a total of 2, and then what happens inside the mitochondria, a total of 34 or more, then that's kind of why the mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell. It's making how many more times ATP than what's happening in the cytoplasm.
All right. Next question for the chat. Next question. What types of cells would have more mitochondria than others? And in your body, what type of cells would have the most mitochondria? In the chat, let's see who gets it first.
I know some of mine know this.
So Talia, after you, by the way. Welcome and hello. Welcome and hello. I think everybody knows this. I mean, this is a common sense kind of question. This isn't look it up. Mitochondria produce energy. What cells in your body need the most energy? And you are typing right now. I know there's a lag. We're dealing with a little bit of a lag, but.
Well, this is probably a good time, though, when you said it's a straightforward answer. You and I were talking about this morning, that so many of our students overthink questions because they think there needs to be some sort of, super answer. And it's just like Lauren just put down, muscle cells. Your muscles are going to be needing more energy. We know that ATP can't travel around the cell. That's why, plants produce glucose to store and to move. So we need to have, muscle cells. Nerve cells are a great place that you're going to have more. Anything that needs more ATP is going to have more mitochondria.
Right. Very good. So we get muscles in there. All right. Number 3, Mrs. Smith. Hi, Elijah.
Number 3, what simple sugar is broken down in the mitochondria? And so think about what's made in photosynthesis. It's glucose. That's the simple sugar that then we can compact and make complex carbohydrates. And so we are just breaking down glucose in the mitochondria. And my phone is ringing. I'll be right back.
All right. Number 4, glucose is broken down by the mitochondria. In what process? So we have 2 major processes here. We have photosynthesis and then cellular respiration. So cellular respiration is what breaks down glucose in the mitochondria. All right, so number 5, in humans and other animals, where does this glucose come from? Which is Mrs. Smith's question. Comes from what?
Glucose comes from what? Here, I'll help you. Tasty.
Not sure how that. So glucose comes from what process? Are we looking for that in the chat? This is your question, Mrs. Smith. If you want.
Oh, I thought I missed down to question 5. That's why I missed where we were at since I had to go answer the phone.
We are on question 5.
Oh, yeah. So it comes from food, from eating other organisms, from eating, really anything that we eat, we're taking in because we are heterotrophs and not autotrophs. Autotrophs make their own food. Heterotrophs need to eat something else to get those carbohydrates to break down to glucose to create ATP through cellular respiration.
Right. So initially, it comes from photosynthesis too, right?
Yes, we're talking about what other process, yes.
Why is this process called, I have to read it over there. Why is this process called aerobic? So anytime you see the word aerobic, it means oxygen. And so it's called aerobic because it uses oxygen. Is the exercise we do to get oxygen. If you put an "and" in front of it, So anaerobic, which you will see sometimes, means no oxygen. So aerobic is with oxygen, anaerobic is without. Great. Next question, number 7. Moving right along.
What energy carrying molecule is created when the chemical bonds of glucose are broken down? When we say energy, you all should say ATP. ATP is usable energy. So if we're talking about what is the energy molecule, if it's talking about energy, you should be looking for ATP. Unless they're talking about storing energy or long-term storage or any of that, then we're talking about ATP. Thanks, Kenzie.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. You see the word energy, look for ATP. You see the word ATP, look for the word energy. 90% of the time, you're going to get the question right. All right, so number 8, products are what is created during a reaction. What are the 3 products of cellular respiration? So products are what we create. Just like you go to the store to buy a product, you go to buy something somebody's made. It's a product. So in this particular case, cellular respiration, carbon dioxide, water, and ATP. Next.
Okay, so it says reactants are what goes into the process. So what are the reactants? So in order for cellular respiration to occur, you need to have both glucose as well as oxygen. Now, I am going to say this, though. In order for the full process of cellular respiration to occur, we need oxygen. But, and this kind of goes into the next one, we know that glycolysis happens in all cells regardless of if they have mitochondria. And we also talk about the fact that you don't need oxygen for that portion. So if there's no oxygen, you'll still have glycolysis, but after glycolysis, those organisms will go into the anaerobic process known as fermentation. So for number 10, it says, what would happen if oxygen weren't available? Well, respiration wouldn't be able to continue as normal through the Krebs cycle and through the electron transport chain, but we are going to have fermentation that is going to occur, or an anaerobic process is going to occur. Anything to add for number 10, Mr. Suter, since I kind of took 2 in a row?
No. I mean, if we went long enough without oxygen, it would be bad.
Oh, we would die, but I'm trying not to give an AP answer, okay?
So, by the way, those people that are over here, Satali, Israel, Anthony, McKinsey, that have been chiming in, Elijah, there's a couple people that have been trying to give answers over in the chat. We really appreciate that. That's awesome. Let's just do the last 2 real quick then. So refer to your notes, write down the equation for photosynthesis. We don't even have to do this. You don't have to go to your textbook or your notes. In fact, the equation for photosynthesis is right here at the top. Just write the equation for respiration backwards. And then, so the last question, how are photosynthesis...
Except instead of ATP, you would write sunlight.
How are... to get it in. How are photosynthesis and cellular respiration similar? And this is the one that I really am interested in. So many people are coming and telling me they're opposites or they both create energy. And so here's what I want to say. They're not, first of all, neither one of them is creating energy. You don't create energy. The sun creates energy, and the sunlight comes to the earth. So photosynthesis takes that sunlight and transforms it into stored chemical energy. And respiration then takes it and transforms it into usable chemical energy. And this is the big idea, guys. If you get that, if you understand we go from light energy to stored chemical energy to usable chemical energy, you get this whole thing. Plants are literally like a solar collector. They are literally collecting energy from the sun and then storing it in a battery. And respiration and mitochondria are literally leaving the energy out of the battery so it can be used. That's the big thing. If you get that, you get it. That's the important thing for bioenergetics. Transformation of energy. That's it. How do we turn it around? How do we go from light to stored to usable? ATP being usable. So I think at this point, Mrs. Smith, we have another blue kit. This has been fun. I've enjoyed watching them play this each week. You guys want to go to bluekit.com/play. There's your little join code. Let's have a little game. What's this one on, Mrs. Smith?
This is on both photosynthesis and cellular respiration.
Ooh. Let's see. I'm interested. Oh, first. Hannah first. Kenzie second. Oh, is that Yazzie?
Yeah.
Like that? Ricardo, Anthony. I feel like they're all your students.
Because they love this game. Yeah, where's yours?
Yeah, where are my students at?
Well, I think the thing is like mine at this point, most of them have like the website like saved, so they don't even have to.
Way to give my
yes, Kenzie spelled her name correctly. I forgot about that last week.
Wait, who's Kenzie? We didn't have a Kenzie last week.
Right. Keeney. Where's Keeney at?
Yeah, where's
Bring back
Keeney?
Keeney.
So we have 20 people watching, 14 people in the game, waiting for a couple. Let's wait for a couple more people. Look, this would go faster. We'd be done if you guys would get in and play. Let's go. You want bonus points, but you don't want to put your name up there on the Blue Kid page? I don't know.
And maybe they can't, if you've never played Blue Kit before, when you go to Blue Kit, there's like a little thing right in the middle that you play, like press join game. You don't have to log in. You don't have to do anything like that. And then you just put in 988406 to play.
We got to get to a point where people are coming because they want to be successful with their biology, not because they think they're going to get a couple bonus points. But I'm not against giving some bonus points today. I don't know. How do you feel?
I know. I agree. I just want them to show up to learn stuff and go through. I mean, we're going through an assignment that's due every week.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Plus, we're so entertaining. And otherwise, they wouldn't get to see our beautiful faces one day of the week.
Right.
This way, they get to still connect with us.
There we go.
Oh, they might not recognize us. That's it. Here. Does this help? Now you know who you're watching?
I wish we could see their faces sometimes because I still feel like I have no idea like who they are.
Like if they all came in without masks on, you wouldn't know it was your class?
What? Who? Right.
People.
All right. Are we ready to go?
I think so.
All right. There is late start. So if you're still signing in, don't panic as long as you have that 988406.
Here's my question, Mrs. Smith. We have all these names written down on our thing to give bonus points to, but 4 of them are not joining the game. Is that because they just signed in, did the check-in, and aren't got us on mute over in the corner? Do we still give them bonus points? I don't know.
I'm going to hope that maybe they're answering those questions on the sheet and not playing. I don't know. We'll see.
Giovanni. Nolan's playing, and Daniel and Satali and Giovanni are playing.
I will say, like, I also look at like what the total points are, and like yesterday, we had my 1 period class got 125,000 about points. Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure we've got a birthday girl in the house, Mr. Suitor.
Do we?
We do. Well, yesterday. But I was just thinking, like, I made sure we didn't sing yesterday, but I was just thinking maybe there's something after this game that we need to, you know what I mean, do at the end there.
I'm looking.
Hopefully you know what I'm saying there.
I do.
Okay, cool. Birthday girl is in first place.
I would have a birthday girl this weekend too, but apparently she's celebrating by not coming to the live stream.
I had 2 yesterday in the same class period. Only one is here.
The cool one.
All right, what's going on? Anthony up to the top. Anthony, what about me? Was it your birthday? Did I miss that? I gotta look. January 21st. Didn't know that. So multiple this week's birthdays in the house. I missed that one.
So Lauren and Anthony both have a birthday this week? So what happened? I mean, can you see who's playing? Like,
Girl in first and second place. Okay, well, Yazzy's coming in now, but for a second.
McKenna's in there. Is Maya in there? Or Elijah?
Let's see. Maya's in there. Maya's in there.
Keish?
It's hard. They like swap all over all the time, so it's kind of hard to see what's what.
Up to 10,000.
Like I said, 125,000 yesterday. 125,000. Minute 25 to go, though. There's still time. I feel like next week we should do something different, like a different format, and like we're gonna play a game like Stump the Teacher or something. Like one of us will play and like they can try to beat us or something like that. Do something fun. I don't know. They love this game now. So
I don't know. You could always do quizzes or something, or make it a competition. Where did the winner of the last competition ever get a Snickers bar?
no, and he's here, I think. Ricardo never came over and got one. I don't think. Maybe he doesn't want the Snickers bar, Mr. Suter.
Sad. How much time do we have left?
20 some seconds. Almost done. Let's see if anybody gets doubles and triples now. That's when it really starts changing things. Oh no, Kenzie. Hey, Kenzie's in third though. You got third. All right, Kenzie, Yazzie, and Lauren. Oh, mine. Mr. Suter.
Well, that's because you play it all the time and they understand how to work the system. We might have to start playing this in class a little bit so we can beat you. All right. We have one thing we have to do before we go.
It's true.
Definitely one thing we have to do before we can go. To our birthday people.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
It just brings back so many memories of every live stream in the spring that we played that every time it was somebody's birthday.
Right.
So
Anyway, happy birthday to our 2 birthday people. And if you have questions, reach out to us. You can always, we're here all day. Happy to talk to you. Love to talk to you. And anything else, Mrs. Smith?
no, I don't think so. But Madison asked, is it the monkeys? She remembers.
That's funny. All right.
Ah.
Have a wonderful day, everybody. We will see you on Monday, if not sooner. Bye.